Hey, good morning. All right, whenever I have my cup of coffee, that means it's before noon. Okay, I live in the beautiful state of Utah, right on the east mountain of Salt Lake City, right below Mount Olympus. And we made it 3 days into April of 2024. All right, April Fools. I told everyone I was the new Golden Bachelor because I'm the same age. Well, I'm in the perfect age group to be the Golden Bachelor. That's where you're old and you go on The Bachelor and you date older ladies, and that's okay. You guys that are young, if you're only 50, 40, or 30 or 20, I'm jealous, but you'll be my age too one day. And maybe you can go on April Fool's Day and basically lie and say you're the new Golden Bachelor. I had a few ladies that were excited for me, and then the rest are like, no way. They're not going to have you, who has long hair down to his butt, the hippie rock and roll Golden Bachelor. But that was a few days ago. And at least I had a couple people with nice words saying that I'd be a great Golden Bachelor. But here it is 3 days later. No, I'm not the new Golden Bachelor. Okay, but I am Mr. Live Good. All right, I'm Mr. I was going to say millionaire, but multi-income funnel. And you know what? If you do certain things each day, like I'm doing, and you save your money and spend wisely, there's no doubt you can be a millionaire doing this business. There are so many millionaires out there, guys. And I know when you're growing up in school, grade school, elementary school, your belief systems, even after high school, going into college, or maybe you just went straight into farming. Maybe you're acting. Maybe you just went into construction. Okay, but a lot of people, it's like, okay, look, I'm going to make about maybe 20 bucks a day or 20 bucks an hour, maybe as high as 40 bucks an hour. And then you get out a calculator and you times things and then you take out proper tax, realistic tax. And you're like, God, the cost of living mixed with what I make each day or each week or each month, I almost break even. I need 4 grand to break even. And I make $4,100. So I'm like, dang, you know, uh, I'm almost losing money because if you make $4,100 in America, you got to minus tax. Okay, so just wipe out at least 1,000 out of that 4,100 and just set it aside. So you're taking home like 3,100 if you're making 41. Okay, but I wonder if your expenses are 4 grand. And oh my gosh, that is such a common amount in America because just to have a rental house or an apartment, just a decent apartment anywhere is usually 1,500 to 2,000. That's just for one 30-day period. A rental home, easily 2,500 to 3,000. And if you purchase a home, obviously you need a down payment. Here in Utah, where I live, the average home is right around 550,000, half million. Let's just say a half million. It used to be like, well, for 195,000, I can get into a home. You can in certain areas. But if you want to just have a basic, nice neighborhood, not high end, nothing like $1 million Beverly Hills neighborhood, but just for your basic home that's in a nice, safe neighborhood, you're going to be paying 500 grand. And in California, Florida, some of the bigger cities, you can't even get an apartment for 500. And it's crazy because it's 2024. All of us older folks, we can't compare to the 90s and the 80s and the 70s. We got to get rid of that brain, that just plop it out, put it on the shelf. Okay, that one brain cell that keeps making me go back to the good old days, I'm just going to put it on the shelf. Because if you keep going back to the good old days, sometimes you get bummed out and you think life passes you by. Okay, but with an online opportunity, and I honestly believe this, that's why I do video. All the time that I put into video each day, and I try to commit to at least 2 hours. Every day I look at all my video footage. One will be 10 minutes, one will be 12, one will be 30. Some of my videos might be only 5 or 6 minutes, but I've committed that if I'm going to do this online business, that I want to do at least up to 2 hours of video. Okay? And that doesn't include like a live Zoom or a meeting like that with LiveGood or whatever business you're in. Okay? I mean a video like this where I sit down and I just chat with you guys about business cards, opportunity, how do I get leads, how do I get people to look at my business, okay? Because at the end of the day, that is the goal, okay? Is there a path to riches? There really is in this business. That's what's exciting about this type of business. You can sit down with any age group, any educational, level. Okay, I'm a high school grad. I didn't go to college. I was a single father by the time I was 1 hour out of high school. I had to grow up fast. I'm street smart as crazy. And I almost prefer that because if I went to college and screwed off for 4 years, a lot of fun, I'm sure. A lot of my friends, I'm sure, partied. But after that 4 year period they got out of high school, by then, man, I was like, boom. I had a 4 year learn the hard way. But I'll tell you what, I was driven and I'm still driven. I don't think I can retire with my age. I'm in retirement age now, which kind of is sad sometimes. But by the time you're 65, in your mind, you're like, I hope I have some assets and some savings. I read an article just about, oh God, I think it was about 11 o'clock last night. I went online. It said you need about 1.4 million to retire and have a pretty decent life. And what I'm guessing is like, okay, maybe you have a home and maybe you have some cars paid off and some, I don't know, maybe some investments and maybe some cash. But I'm like 1.4, and they said that almost everybody is a million shy of that. Okay, so I get the million shy, but you know what? It said 1.4. How many people have 400,000? I don't know. They might have equity in their home, but unless you sell that home and take that money and buy something with it, but there's capital gains. So let's say you have a home that's 500,000, and that's very common. Most people I know, they do have $500,000 homes, but there's a mortgage on it, meaning they don't own that. Okay, like, see, I own these business cards. I paid cash. I own this phone. I paid cash. I own this crazy doll I just bought. It's a sexy stripper doll of Friday the 13th. I paid cash for this. I own it. But if you have a home that's worth 500 grand and you owe, let's say, 250,000 on it, okay, you're a homeowner, I guess, you can call yourself a homeowner, but to me, when you pay the additional 250,000, you're a homeowner like all the way to the max. Okay. So if it takes 1.4 million in America to retire comfortably to where I guess maybe you can put a little bit of money in an investment that will pay you, let's say maybe 5 grand a month. Because I think if you can make 5,000 a month, at least you can do a rental home payment, an apartment payment, a car with insurance, cell phone, food, just the basics of life, and have like a few, maybe even an extra 500 to 1,000 a month to spend on whatever entertainment might be. It could be a movie. It could be just going out of town for $500, going 2 days, I don't know, spending $400 on hotels and doing some things. But it's very common to spend $1,000 just by yourself or two people anywhere you go. Branson, Missouri, right down to, my gosh, going to Las Vegas or here in Salt Lake to go skiing. Thousands of bucks it takes to go skiing. Okay. Yeah. $200 skiing. You better live here and go on a Wednesday. Okay. Half off Wednesday. But life costs a certain amount. And right now, if you're not in that $1.4 million of assets, my gosh, I think anyone in my Live Good business and most of my friends, they are homeowners, but only a handful of my friends actually have their homes paid off. And that's because they're older like me. And they had a mortgage of 15 to 30 years. And just through, unfortunately, getting older, where you have less sand at the top of your hourglass, that's the only one nice thing about getting older is you usually know what you don't want, and you have things that are paid off. And the little things in life start meaning more. You live more day to day. You appreciate what you have. But if you read articles about 1.4 million, you're going to bum yourself out. Okay? That's why... man, it's hard to read that stuff because then you start comparing. Well, that's the national average. Like most people, they're a million short of 1.4. And I'm like, okay, so someone has 400,000 cash. They can go liquidate. They can go to their bank, write a check to themselves and go in the next day and have a bunch of 100s and 20s. Don't compare to that. The first thing you should do is just go, man, okay, I'm alive. The old heart's ticking. If you're watching this video, you probably got a comfortable place, electricity, you probably got a cell phone, internet access. You got a good start. Probably on 75% of the planet because most people, you're always going to see things on postcards or bigger cities, but there's a lot of people that have less than. Okay, people born with health issues, people that have car accidents and they don't get up the next day. Okay, there's a lot of things that can really mess up that 1.4 million nest egg that I read and go, well, in a perfect world, hopefully everyone has 1.4 million when they get to about 60 to 65, because that's a nice retirement age. But like I said, I don't think I can retire. I might have to because of health issues. Maybe my back goes out. Maybe, I don't know, something happens. But right now, as I near 60, I don't think I can retire. I'll go nuts. I have to do something. I have to think. I have to feel valuable. I have to have something to do every day. I can't just get up and, have my coffee. I love coffee. And I like doing certain things that are kind of, fiddle faddle, messing around a little bit, building Legos, maybe watching a documentary. I'm addicted to documentaries and, murder stuff, forensic files. I love 48, another 48. And then I'm watching stupid stuff like Love Island or The Bachelor, or I can't wait for Cobra Kai on Netflix. Those are fun, and everyone should relax a little bit and take their mind off things. But it's good if you can just sit back and do a home business like this. I'm in a commercial building like right now, but I mean, this is a home. Man, I sit back, I'm just on a chair. I can talk, I can post, I can hand out business cards on a street level. Okay, I can go all over YouTube basically for free. You know, I do spend, I think, $10 a month or 12 on YouTube because it gets rid of all commercials and it makes sure that the video feeds are all like 4K. Oh, so it's a good $10. Plus you get free movies and everything else. So I do invest $10 into YouTube each month because I'm a massive YouTuber. All right, just this channel alone, I got over 3,000 videos just on Live Good, and that's just in 1 year. I'll do another 3,000 in 2024. But what a great opportunity. Guys, if you're not in Live Good, please look into it. Okay, go to joincory.com. If you join, I'll help you. I'm pretty good at it. I'm top 10 in the company. Out of 1.2 million people, I'm going to go and be number 9 and number 8, and I'm just going to mosey up and just sign people up one day at a time. Okay? Because that's the goal. It might be inconsistent, but see, this is a live livegood.com. Okay? If you go, you can see this website, but if you're not an affiliate, you're not going to see some of these tabs. You got to join. But if you go in your back office, you can see every day I get people to pre-enroll. Okay? And you can see I get 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Over a 30-day period, I usually average about 30 signups per month. Okay? And it's just taking my time. It's a marathon. It's not a race. You don't get bummed out if you're not going to sign someone up for the day or a couple days. But as long as you can get people to pre-enroll, that's job one. You want people to at least just go, put their name, maybe they'll put their email address in, and that means they're pretty darn interested. If people pre-enroll, it usually means, hey, you know what, I kind of dig this. I think I will look into Live Good. And maybe they won't join. Okay, maybe they'll join in a week, but you know what, guys? I've had people now, since I've been doing this a year, I've had people sign up 3 to 6 months after they started to just look into this thing. And over 3 months, 6 months, and if they're on my email list, I email them every day until they tell me not to. Because I think, hey, you came to me, you're a fish, I'm reeling you in. All right, you come on, get those gills. All right, or how about I be the fish? Okay, and you were accidentally just dragging your fishing pole. You didn't mean to really catch a maniac, but maybe I'll be that little fish. And I'm going to pull you in the water. Go, come on, man, let's do this. It's cheap, it's affordable. $9.95 a month, one time $40 charge, guys. That's all it is. It's very affordable, especially if you're looking for a home-based business. Okay? I'll get you on an email program to where you can get 1 to 200 leads a day for $1, or $30 a month for 3 to 6,000 leads, if that sounds more juicy. I'll help you with emails. I'll help you with the subjects to those emails, and even social media posts. I'll show you what I do. Just, people they look into Live Good. If they want to join, they will. And if they don't want to join, no big deal. There's plenty of fish. Maybe I'll be that fish. I'll be jumping out of the water to bite you. Okay? I won't be a piranha or a Jaws. All right, but maybe I'll just be a tadpole. I don't know. Maybe I'll be one of those. What are the ones that are they're a catfish? Okay, I'll be a catfish since I can grow these little whisker things. Maybe I'll get like little whiskers. But you'll have a good time and live good. Products are good. If you have extra dough, please buy the products and use them. The more you use them, you're just a bigger fan. You're not embarrassed to promote Live Good. You're like, this is a cool company. Products are good, man. I dig this. Okay? So just think about it. All right? I'm a low pressure guy, you can probably tell. And that's it. Get a hold of me. I always put my contact information if I post this video on Facebook or wherever you see it, usually YouTube, of course. And subscribe to my channel. And if you join, I got a ton of training. I got a ton of support. It's all free. And then I'm just going to show you what I do. I simply just show people what I do. I don't charge or have a course that you buy of information. I simply show you what I do. Some things are tools that you got to, purchase, like $30 a month for my lead gen with multiple income funnel. It's $49. And I invest that. I've got enough Legos. I got enough Hot Wheels. I buy weird, crazy trinkets. But I'll tell you what, if I earn a $100 or $200 a month, and if I can go ahead and just pocket that and spend it wisely and invest on tools, systems, techniques, that's what I do. It gives you an advantage. All right. It gives you a big advantage if you just sit down, but you got to take this business serious because it's so easy to get distracted and go make coffee and go do this. And then maybe kids or maybe your husband or wife are calling, or maybe you just go outside and then you start watering the lawn for no reason. And then, is it garbage day? Then you go in the garage and make sure your garbage cans look good. So, there's so much fiddle faddle that you can do working at home. Okay. But it's still awesome. It's very satisfying. I'm not used to just relaxing and talking on a cam like this and earning this much money. I've been in radio a long time. I'm used to getting a salary based a lot on ratings. It's a lot of pressure. Every 30 days, I got to be interesting or funny or compelling or likable or unlikable, but I have to have people listen. Okay? And that's how I look at these videos. Hopefully people watch them and dig them. And if not, I guess as long as you don't throw a water balloon at me if you see me walking around Salt Lake City streets, that's all good. But anyway, let's just get you going and live good. Let's take baby steps. Okay? I think you're going to kick some butt, especially if you're signed up in my group. Okay? I've got a year head start. I've got certain things that I do. And all I can tell you, as of April 3rd of 2024, the 5 things that I do each day, they're making me money. I have 5 incomes, and they're all centered around Live Good. Okay? And I tell you about them all for free. Okay? All right, get a hold of me and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you guys next video, okay? All right, thanks, guys. Bye.